A young lady who suffers from anxiety told me recently that telling someone who suffers from anxiety to stop worrying is the same as telling someone with a severe cut to stop bleeding. Today, the 10th of October, is recognized by the World Health Organization as World Mental Health Day. And this year's theme, this year 2022 theme, is make mental health and well-being for all a global priority. And how are we going to achieve that for ourselves, our friends and family members, and everyone in our circle of influence, be it in our work or professionally or personally? Hi, my name is Mabel. Hence, this channel is called Ask Auntie Mabel, because on this channel I provide answers to questions regarding everyday life issues or challenges. In this video, I'm going to cover the most common types of mental illness. Also, I'm going to mention some of the treatments that are readily available and some of the self-help processes that we can implement for ourselves and loved ones, friends and family members. Also, I'm going to really stress on the breaking down of the stigma around mental health or mental illness, both in children and in adults. If you like what you hear so far, please subscribe to my channel. While you're subscribing, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post new other videos. Also, hit the like button for this video and engage in the comment section, because this will help to promote this video, and share it with those who you think will benefit from this topic I'm sharing, because it is very important. And all of these activities are all free, but it helps to promote the channel as well. First of all, let me start with the common types of mental health or mental illness. When we hear mental illness, the common ones that come to mind these days are depression or anxiety. Those two are actually currently the most common ones, but there are so many other common types, such as OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, social anxiety disorder, ADHD, personality disorder, PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, eating disorder, schizophrenia or psychotic disorder, ASD, autism spectrum disorder, psychosis, bipolar disorder, and much more. All of this, I must stress at this point, they all require different forms of treatment. So I will stress that it is very important not to self-diagnose any of this, nor try to self-treat any of this. Because I think, especially in our community, both in diaspora and in Africa or Nigeria in particular, once people have some form of mental health illness, the first thing people will always go to is to pray about it. It's important to pray. I'm not disputing, I'm a Christian myself, I'm not disputing the importance of prayer, but it's also important to go to a specialist to have a proper diagnosis and then use the recommended treatment. And this will usually include some form of therapy. That word therapy, I know many of us don't want to hear that, but it's very important. Not all therapy are the type you have to sit in front of a therapist. For example, the popular CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, is a form of therapy. And that you can access. Sometimes you can be given, it can be provided online or in a form that you don't necessarily have to sit in front of a therapist. But sometimes you might need a therapist to implement it for you. So do not despair if you require that. Then there's also the talk therapy, or talking therapy, or talk therapy. Some people prefer to call it that way, or life coaching. And also there's a place for medication. I know many people don't want to hear that word medication. Some people believe that once you are put on medication, it makes you become zombie-like person, and it takes away all your senses and all your control. So what is important is this, what I always tell people. For example, let's say you have digestive problem. There are many forms of digestive problem. There could be someone who don't move their bowel regularly. There could be some people who have the acid reflux. There could be some people who have frequent bowel movement, that any little thing they eat triggers it. So all of these different types of digestive tract problems, you don't just use the same medication for it. For example, some of them might be, say, avoid some certain food that triggers it. Some of them you might require regular medication to move your bowel if bowel movement is your problem. If indigestion is your problem, if acid reflux is the problem, if it's ulcer that is the problem, different things will be recommended. While there will be self-help type of things you must do to avoid or prevent these problems, there will also be the medication side that will help to manage those problems. While you will also pray alongside using those preventative method and the medical model of treatment. However, why is it that when it comes to mental illness, many of us just believe, oh, it's what is it called? It's prayer only. It's casting out the demon, the person is possessed, or it's a historical problem, that family, they always have mental health. Why is it that when you have digestive problem, you don't also say, oh, that family, they always have digestive problem? That's where it comes from. So but we do seek solution and medical model of approach when it comes to those, but this other one we don't want to. So this is where I feel today I really wanted to get out this video, that we really need to break down this stigma and make sure that we are supporting ourselves when we feel we have it, because there are many things that cause us. For example, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. There are so many things that cause all of us stress. And there are times when our body have reacted to that stress and is not able to return back to its pre-stress state. So there are many ways to treat that. So this is why we should seek help. Also, I think another thing I really want to point out here is the friends and family members around us that have these problems. I know therapy, for example, social anxiety disorder, that can impact in us in many ways, and sometimes we don't know that because we have this problem, even as parents, you can start passing this on to your children. The way you parent them, the way you react to things, the way you analyze things. Remember, we are the book they read. They see the way we react to things kind of impact on our children, whether we like it or not. So this is why sometimes it can be in their gene already, but also more also is the nature and the nurture that can make it impact more on the child, some of these disorders. So that is why we have to be prepared to, if it's coaching, if it's therapy, let us really demystify this, especially in our community, this fear of therapy. And also, and I think there's a place for us here, those of us from our community should start really going out there now and learning how to use this therapy, how to study them and learn how, so that our people can feel confident when they approach us, and we are there to provide these services, rather than feeling, oh, that person doesn't really know my problem, doesn't really understand my cultural heritage, doesn't really understand the kind of problem I'm going to discuss. If, for example, some of the things causing you anxiety might stem from maybe the black tax, or the issues or the problem, the sibling problem, or the problem from home they are putting on you. So, but if some of us are putting ourselves forward to provide these services, then people will be able to, we will be able to support, and we'll be able to provide a more diversified form of treatment and support. Seeking this help is important. Implementing them is another thing. So this is where some of the things we cover in Able Mabel Academy. So for example, if you are having these problems and your family member is having this problem, or a friend or close friend or family member or someone in your circle of is having this problem, we are able to provide life coaching and some support system that will guide you and direct you to seek the right form of treatment without the stigma attached. One other thing I think is really important is having a structure. So I'm going to put a link in this video where you can get a personalized planner from Able Mabel Academy. That's something we have used to put some structure in place for some of our clients who have problem with mental health, and part of the implementation process we have been able to use to support our clients. Please use the contact form on our website to request for your copy of the personalized planner. I will also link the video in the comment section and the description box of this video, where I give detailed information regarding this personalized planner. If you have watched this video to this point, please hit the like button if you haven't done so already, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and please share and engage in the comments on this video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video.